Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on this Thanksgiving Day, 2024, presented by RBW Agricultural Farm Equipment Sales with locations in Bolivar and Moberly. Family owned and operated since 2018. Go to www.rbwag.com. We're coming to you live from the Bambino's Italian Cafe studio where we hosted the Quarterback Club every Monday at Bambino's Italian Cafe on East Battlefield and Lone Pine. And we welcome into the show now the head coach of the Archie Whirlwinds, Drew Smith. Coach Smith, thanks for your time today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
And it is official now, Coach. We have a rule here that you have to have been on 3 times to become an actual friend of the show. So this is it. This is your third time, so you are a friend of the show. And I know football coaches, they need friends.
It's a lonely world, especially nowadays and everything like that. Just it is a very lonely world. So I appreciate it, and I'll take the friends where I can get them.
Coach, you've here in the postseason, you're 3-0. Talk a little bit about the postseason. You start off with Rich Hill, then Appleton City. A good team in Appleton City, and then a good Lockwood team. Tell us about that run here in the last 2 games.
Well, we've been kind of through the gauntlet, honestly. Our district was a pretty good district. We played Rich Hill. We handled them easily. That game was more about just getting in and out of free of injury. We were able to do that. And then we had a really, really good team in Appleton City who's been ranked in the top 10 all year. They have a tremendous rushing attack. They were just coming off a game where they put up over 100 points and 700 rushing yards. And so we had beaten them early on in the season. And so we knew what to expect, but it's always tough to beat a good opponent 2 times in a row, especially someone that loves to pound the rock and be physical. But we are able to take care of them and hold them to 20 points, 28 points, 20, I can't remember.
28, yeah.
And then um, the next week was even an even tougher matchup with Lockwood, who's been ranked up in the top 6, top 5 all year, and they are extremely physical. Again, they love to run the rock. They're double tight eye formation. They love to run power, midline veer, outside veer, counter, everything like that, and they sprinkle in some play action. So we knew that was going to be a big test against us. They came out and kind of punched us in the mouth, and they got us to stop on their defensive end, and we had to punt, which we haven't only punted like 3 times this year. So that was and then they come down and take like a 6 or 7 minute drive and score it and just run it right down our throats, and just everything was about a 3 to 4 yard play. And so it was just a slow drive, and they just but we made some adjustments on defense, and we were able to get out a win with that one. We got some stops. We got some scores necessary where we made some adjustments on offense and defense, and we were able to come away with a victory there. So we've been through it, but if you want to be a state champion, you're gonna have to be tested through the run, and then you're gonna have to be tested through the air, and that's kind of where we think where it's gonna be with Bishop LeBlanc. They've got a good running attack, but we feel pretty confident in our run defense, and so now our secondary is gonna be tested this week because they have some outstanding weapons.
Got to visit earlier here in the show with Blair Oaks head coach Ted LePage, and he's on a streak here in the postseason, this postseason, where all 4 of his postseason opponents he met during the regular season. I hadn't seen that before until now, and I flip over to your page, and it's the same thing. What's it like playing good teams in the postseason when you've already seen them in the regular season? Who does that benefit? Or maybe is there neither a benefit? But what is that like playing a good team twice in the same season?
It's really unfortunate, honestly. I don't like it at all. Just because you got the mentality of, okay, we beat them once. You don't want the players to come in thinking, oh, we can go and beat them again. We don't have to really worry about it. You got that to battle. But then you also just worry about, like, okay, well, we knew it worked the first time. Do we go back and do that again? Or do we go up and create a great brand new game plan, something that they haven't seen before? Because now they're going to be prepping and practicing against that because they have tape against your exact formations and how you exactly lined up to it. And so that it's just a little bit of a cat and mouse game. You don't want to overthink it. But then you also want to be prepped and prepared in case the original game plan wasn't working, or if the new game plan that you are doing is not working. And so now you got to figure out what is going to be happening. So, but there is also a little bit on the side of familiarity. You know what they like to do. You know what players match up well against other players. So it's a, I wouldn't I would say it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. I don't know if there's a competitive edge and a disadvantage, but I just think it's a little bit of a game of cat and mouse.
A lot of times you get to this part of the season, and I ask coaches a lot of times, who can you compare the team you're getting ready to play to the team you played in the regulars? Well, you compare them themselves. It's it's Bishop LeBlond. Coming out of that Lockwood Golden City game, a week ago, you relatively healthy coming out of it, outside of whatever 14 games into it, having football bumps and bruises. Outside of that, are you relatively healthy?
We got out of Lockwood fairly healthy. I mean, obviously we got a couple of kids dinged up a little bit, but that's to be expected. We had kids on that game was on Saturday. We had kids coming in on Monday and just bruises all over the place, walking a little stiff, complaining about some things, but nothing outside the normal or what you would expect after a physical ball game like that. So we came out healthy, and hopefully we can put on a good performance on this Saturday and go get to another state championship.
So Saturday, what are the plans Saturday? The game at 1 p.m. You going up Friday night, or you leaving Saturday morning?
We'll leave Saturday morning. We'll have breakfast for the boys, and then we'll hop on the bus and make the trek up there. It's not terribly long. We're kind of used to about an hour and a half drive. This is just a little bit longer than that, but we've made the drive once this year already, so we kind of know what to expect from it. So we'll just head on up Saturday morning.
Now, this is airing on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving Day, and a thankful heart is not only the greatest virtue, but it's the parent of all other virtues. What are some things maybe as you look back over this last year of your life that you've been very thankful for?
I'm just thankful for the opportunity to, honestly, it's going to sound cliche, but I'm just thankful for the opportunity of being here at Archie and having the ability to coach these kids. These are great kids. I love the community. I love being around them. I love having that positive impact on their life. I hope I'm making a positive impact on their life. I talk to them all the time of guys. I don't care if we win a lot of games or actually I tell them we need to win a lot of games and I love to win. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lose sleep or anything like that, win or lose. It's about creating a culture of young men that are ready to succeed in society, and so I'm really blessed that the kids have taken a liking to football. They've kind of they're learning what it's like to be good young men. I hope they're learning what it's like to put in hard work, and they're learning to be successful in society because they're learning some qualities that they need to learn to outside the high school outside the high school setting. So I'm super thankful for honestly this community, this opportunity, and I'm very thankful for my wife. She puts up with a lot. I'm not home very often during this time. She gets a little grumpy because I put in over 12-hour days at the school. Um, and I love what I do and I love being around the kids and she understands that. But I'm just so thankful for her because um, she keeps me leveled and she keeps me grounded for sure. So it was kind of a funny story. I'm saying goodbye to her on my way out the door to go make breakfast for the boys on the Lockwood game, and she says, "Hey, when are you moving out the washer so that way I can the washing guys the movers can get the new washing machine in?" I'm like, I forgot about that. So she keeps me grounded and kind of keeps things in perspective. But I love her, and I'm just so thankful for her as well.
Do you have any Thanksgiving traditions? At my house, for 50 years, we've always celebrated Thanksgiving as far as the meal on Wednesday night because my father, longtime football coach at the college level, he didn't want anybody between himself and the television on Thursday. So, but do you have any holiday traditions in your family for Thanksgiving?
Um, So, growing up, yes, I did. Once I got married, my parents moved all the way down to Georgia. As of probably I've been married for about 8 years now. Some traditions that we do is we go out to her family's in Spring Hill, Kansas, and it's a big family gathering over there. We always like to get the shotguns out and shoot some clay pigeons. Um, so that's a tradition that we can always count on. There's always someone that brings the cranberry sauce in the shape of the can. I love it. That's about the only time I'll eat it. But so those are some small traditions like that I really enjoy and cherish because it's something that it's going to happen and you look forward to it. So just small things like that.
All right, you've got your plate. You're getting ready to go through and fill it. What are you saving room for? What's your favorite side dish here over the holidays? What are you not going without?
I love me some mashed potatoes and gravy, and I love a good green bean casserole too. Those are
Yes.
two things that I need to have on my plate. So besides the turkey and the other thing, and the turkey's the main thing, of course, but I do make sure I save rooms for some mashed potatoes and some green bean casserole. So those are two of my absolute favorites.
Outstanding. Well, we've had two coaches said pumpkin pie, and one coach said the cranberry sauce, and so we've had quite the array of answers. But Coach, again, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time as you have all year. Go out to Bishop LeBlanc, get a win, and we'll do this all next week. Probably a little heavier than we are right now, but we'll do it again next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. And we'll be back after these messages here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here for the holidays. We'll be right back.
Located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants